everyone. We're out here Veterans Day camping in the woods. I got my pack hung up. I got the axe and Zubat and my knife. And I'm putting my tarp right there. Yep, tarp. It's gonna be cool. So I brought tarp. And I got my sled. You can kind of see it back there. Got it all up there. Get it all set up. I'm just gonna tie a string between that tree and this tree, and that way I can put my point up here, and I'm gonna stake it out the back. Probably gonna make my own stakes. I do have some with, but I got time. Why not make them? Have something to do. But there you guys go. More to come. Getting my tarp shelter put up, and I needed or wanted to tie the sides out, but I couldn't find any rocks that were small or smooth, and I didn't have any change in my pocket because I dumped it all out. So I made some wood nickels. That way I can hold it up against the tarp and tie the tarp around it, and that way I have something to the string to bite on to go out. And I just, these little branches, I took it off from over there, but these little branches that we had cut off that were in the way, I just cut them off in a wood nickel piece. I have one there, but I don't like it, so we're gonna put it up here higher, where I got an extra person. My hand wasn't quite long enough. But this is more or less gonna be my shelter. I've got a ridge line put across with a tarp clip for the middle. I put the really lightweight tarp on the bottom just to keep the pine needles and stuff out. I've got my mummy bag, my Reflectix, and my regular ground pad. I did bring a pillow because we weren't hiking forever in, and I sleep better with a pillow. I did bring my camo blanket, and I do have my to-go systems bivy bag, but it's still in the pack. I haven't got it out yet. Just thought I would show everybody kind of what my sleep system's gonna be. And then of course we've got the axe, my Condor Desert Romper with the custom CP Kydex sheath, fire starter, and sharpener. And then my to-go-to saw is my Zubat, my Silky Zubat. I couldn't think of it. It's right there. It's a professional saw, made in Japan. This thing is a wood cutting SOB. Love it. It is a little expensive, but you know, my feeling is if you bushcraft with a folding knife, you're a moron, but you have to have a folding saw. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it has the same places that'll break. That's why I have a fixed back knife or a saw, which I can take the screws out, put a new blade in. Doesn't take that much time. It's fairly reasonable. And then I've just got a cheap axe, and I don't know if I've ever showed my mod. Would you pick that up, Jack? The saw. Pick it up. Just move it. I've got the bank line that I glued in, so that way if I overshoot and hit the handle, I have that protection to the wood. And this thing does get used a lot. It is beat up. It is cheap. It is I don't even remember what it was. It's one of the, I bought it at, why did I buy it? Tractor Supply or something like that. It's one of them cheapy, like $10 axes, but I looked for the best one I could with the grain, and I had to redo some work to the head and repolish it. Oh, it's a Trooper. That's the word. I couldn't think of it. Got it done, and I've used it quite a little bit. I use it at work all the time. I do use it trapping. I am a little bit mean to it because I do use it to cut roots out of dirt, which everybody knows anything with any cutting thing, you shouldn't do that because it is hard on an edge. But it works. I have to use it for that, and that's why I'm using a cheap one. I didn't buy an expensive one for that purpose because I knew what I'd be doing. But with the wrap, it has made it a completely different. I had one that didn't have the best grain and I broke it right away. With that, I have strengthened the head of it and it's just been, it's been awesome. It's smooth, it's awesome. I do need to re-oil it because I see it starting to fade out, but that's from us using it so much and being out in weather. But there you go, kind of a little bit. And I did bring my Menards backpack. I do have my sled with the my cooler with food, and then I got some new shoes Monday actually, so we're gonna oil them up and I'll be wearing them. Hopefully we'll maybe get a knife review done on that Desert Romper. It's been an awesome fun knife, and we'll just go from there. I have no idea what all I'll have videoed, but we'll have fun. Talk to you guys later.
You should get it right here. Right here.
What? I see it.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Anyways, they're cooking. Well, Robin's cooking breakfast. I'm about to have a cup of coffee. You can see Willie's already filming me. Me. Wait.
I'm filming you, filming me.
No, I'm filming me. Filming me.
I'm in it though.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyways, you got Sean there. There's Robin. Where did Bill go? There's Bill right back there. Morning. BJ went to go check that.
The trail into where we're camping here by the pond at our Heritage Woods. It's our Veterans Day camp. I'll try to get a place of, or a little bit of everybody's. We have my good friend Bill's hammock and stuff. And then we have Tack's hammock, which she shows all the time with her underquilt and fanciness, and her setup with her tarp. And we wander down the hill closer to the water. We have Robin Jones's tent. And then we have our camp set up, our fire set up. This is where Tack and Brenda's shelter used to be. So they built a little bench. And we've got our little flagstone fire pit with the grate. And we've got the rebar cook setup that we made with a little bit of a windbreak. And our bushcrafted table over there. And we got everybody here. We got the goose we shot off the pond today. And they just got it gutted. And then we'll walk over here and we'll show where I'm at. Walk across our little bridge that they made a mess. And here we go. We've got my brother Sean's tarp and hammock that he just got, that he's really liking so far. And then we have Brandon, or Bearded CB82's hammock and tarp setup with his big sleeping bag hammock underquilt. And then we've got my tarp with the, I've got the tarp underneath, the pad and Reflectix, the bag, and my to-go systems, my Walmart bag, the cooler, my big stump to store my stuff on. We've got bushcrafting wire, And then I built myself a little bitty rocket stove, and we even burned in it last night a little bit. That thing was awesome. And then we have the pond right out here that you can kind of see. And just thick enough right here. And we had Tack was up bow hunting up on the hill in her ground blind. I guess we can't see it quite from here. There's too much brush. And then the pond is starting to freeze up just a little bit. Brandon brought his duck decoys out and stuff, and so we actually had a couple geese land on the pond, and we got one today. So there you guys go, just a quick tour of camp and what everybody has to sleep in and their sleep systems, kind of a quick overview. We have one more person supposed to be coming, but I have to go do chores, so I thought I would at least show everybody now and talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm making cheesy hash brown casserole, and the ingredients are a bag of shredded potatoes, hash browns, a thing of cheese, a small thing of sour cream, a can of cream of chicken soup, a small onion, salt, pepper, and a stick of butter. You mix everything but the butter and hash browns in, stir it all together really good, put the hash browns and butter in, dump the salt on top, melt the butter. And so I got this, and then I'm cooking it on charcoal in a cardboard box. And I've got the rocket stove going, boiling water to wash my pan and my fork and my dishes. So we're gonna stick the hash browns on the cans, and here, let me see if we can do this all at once. And we'll set this, and I open the cans up and I put some dirt in them so they're less likely to tip over. And it's sitting there awesome like that. And then we'll throw the cardboard box over it, and I gotta grab a couple small sticks for to hold it up. Usually I use rocks, but I know we don't have any small rocks here. They're either big or we can't find them. And I know I got a few small twigs that'll hold the air up so it'll keep the charcoal running. And then we got to cook it for 30 to 40 minutes. And of course, this thing works awesome. These little branches that I had to cut off to make room that are all dead is all I'm using this, and I mean, that thing just boiled fast. If you ever get a chance to build one, build one. It's fun to play with. And I melted the butter with it, and it was almost too hot to melt the butter. But, oh well. There you guys go. Let me get the box thread over it, and we will be good to proceed. And make sure you, ooh, and I just dropped a leaf in that. Everybody see that? I picked it back out. Put the box over it, and we'll get some sticks under it, and away we go. Talk to you guys in a little bit. I was editing my video last night about my Veterans Day camp that I went to, and I realized I never signed off on that one. I had to leave because my wife had to go, is a 4-H leader, and had to go to county convention, so I had to leave a little bit earlier than everybody. But I thought I'd better say thank you for everybody that showed up, and it really was awesome. It was a really cool trip. I was privileged to have it on my family's farm. That made it easier for me because I still had to run errands and do chores and all of that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have got to go. But thanks to Tack at AOK Foraging and Adventures for helping do it. She did most of it. I just had the place to do it. And then there was Brandon at Bearded CB82, Dave at If It's Not Broke, Fix It was there. It was a pleasure to meet him. Come clear from Ohio just to come camping with us here in Iowa. So that's always awesome. Who else was there? Robin Jones, Redbird, I think it's 471, but her YouTube name's Robin Jones. So it's one of them things that's still Robin Jones. Always a great time seeing her. Bill's always awesome. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he's always fun to talk to. And then my brother Sean, who was 20-year veteran. So I always got to be proud of that. I didn't actually go, but both my brothers did, so I take credit for it. Being supportive. Somebody's got to be home to support everybody. So it was a really good time. Let me make sure I didn't forget anybody. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it should be everybody, I think. If I did forget somebody, I'm sorry. It's last minute and I'm kind of hurrying. So that way I can get it hopefully up tonight. But there you go. Thanks everybody. Thanks for sticking out. And don't forget, mark down your calendars. March 20th, 21, 22 is the Country Prepper Memorial Camp, located where we camped for Veterans Day there at my family's farm. Thanks everybody. Thanks for your support for all the veterans and all that stuff. It really means a lot to, I know, to the people that are veterans. So see you guys later. Thanks for watching.